Oh, baby. How are we doing, folks? Your boy Marcos over here. Game number 33 of the year. That's for episode number 33 here of the year. Mega Man 3. Now, there's always been a hot debate that I've always heard, about whether what's better, Mega Man 2 or Mega Man 3. And I'd say overall, from what I gather from that, is Mega Man 2 is kind of the accepted answer. Even though 3 comes in pretty close and adds its own additions. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys like I always do, man. I always keep it 8 more than 92 on this channel, man. And here's how it boils down to me. Mega Man 3, in my eyes, is the better game. There could be a little bit claimed in terms of redundancy, as in you beat like the Robot Master, and you got the Shadow Masters guys, and then you beat all the bad guys from Game 2, and then you beat the guys from Game 3 again, and then you go and wow, like I get it. It might be a little taxing. Sometimes, but this ain't for the faint of heart over here. I'm saving. I'm so nervous that like everything's going on. I'm trying to figure out like them. I love the menu system in Mega Man 3. Actually, it's probably one of my favorite ones over here in the series. And the fact that you get to like 10 lives or even more, because another one's that kind of tap you out of 9. But that's life. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Here's how I put it. And Mega Man 3 and me started. I'm not sure if it was just maybe I was having a rough week or something, but like I wasn't too compelled by the stages. Honestly, the music was great. But the stages, I was kind of like, they're good, but they're not great. And then after we got to the Shadow guys, and we started getting to Wild, and we started getting the guys from 2 back in, then I was like, okay, I'm all in right now. Like, this is what's up. Like, this is what I'm talking about. So it started off a little bit slow to me, and then it kind of ramped up to a point where I really enjoyed my time with Mega Man 3. I will put it this way. Mega Man 3 to me is the better game. My favorite out of the 2 is Mega Man 2. I think Mega Man 2 is a game that you kind of just run through quick enough, and it's there isn't that redundancy that there is in 3, which is for real. And it just leaps and bounds just better than 1. And also, it's got Metal Man, man. It's got that metal thing, and that thing, it is OP as hell, but it is fun, man. It is genuinely fun. So if I were to go back and play these, I would definitely play 2 and 3. Love my dude Proto, man. Holding it down, man. Deep, son. Kind of crazy that this guy just has a little whistle and makes this noise, and that's like his character, I'm sure in the manga or whatever and all that stuff he got more relevancy, but in terms of the game, what you actually see of him in the game, you fight him a couple times, that's it. You kind of understand that he's kind of a bad guy, kind of a good guy, don't really know where he falls in, kind of keeps that mystery over here, and then we get Proto Man's theme over here, and it's really cool. Actually, I was playing through Mega Man 5 the other day. That video will be coming up here in a couple weeks on the channel, and Proto Man, like the music clicks, spoilers. Proto Man's music kicks in at the end when he like saves you, and you just hear that. And my girl happened to be in the room, and I looked at her, I was like, "That's my dude, Proto Man, holding it down." And she didn't really understand what I meant, but I told her, I was like, "Listen, if anyone ever tries to tell you Proto Man, he's the truth. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise." You heard that here first, man. 3 adds the slide, man. It adds the slide to the game. It's crazy. It's crazy. Completely changes how you play Mega Man. To me, it picked up the pace drastically. It's one of the reasons why I think 3 is the better game, because you take into account so much different kind of movement that you could do and whatnot. All of a sudden, you could slide under things. It just gives you a whole nother level. And it really, to me, it's pretty interesting because it kind of puts me in a place where I see what happened. See what happened that led to Mega Man X. For anyone who doesn't know me, I never played any NES Mega Mans growing up. I think I may have played like 2 or something randomly at like a friend's house, but I never actually owned them. But I did start off the X series right off the bat with it when it first came out, X1, X2. And I don't know if I've ever actually played X3. It's kind of rare to find, man. It's kind of expensive. One day, the dream will live. I didn't buy the X collection either for any of the PS2s. I'm actually considering getting that right now. Either way, though. My first experience to Mega Man was X, so it's really cool to me to see how that kind of developed in terms of these games that we're playing through here. So it's pretty interesting over here. And this is kind of the challenges mode that I like to include over here, because it gives you a glimpse of what the stages were like, because it kind of just remixes all the stages, and it's definitely a great addition over here. And you look at some of these stages, man, some of them were pretty easy, some of them were pretty crazy. It's nuts to me when I look back, and I'll probably say this every single video, but, audio-wise, it's crazy just with how limited palette they had that they were to make such tunes. Like, there's generally good music to listen to, and in the collection over here for the Xbox One, the HD remakes or whatever, or ports, or whatever you want to call them, this is one of my favorite stages. You have to keep, like, beating these things up, and you get so much stuff out of them. I was like, alright, cool. I would literally destroy everything, lock and load on everything, and be like, alright, I'm ready for the rest of the game. But there's actually like a soundtrack, whatever, that you can just play music. And the other day, I was actually just folding my clothes and cleaning up my room and stuff, and I threw that on, yo. I was like, yo, put this on the big speakers, man, get it on the sub, Mega Man 2 soundtrack, yo, that real quick. And that's something I used to do, you know, I have a playlist and stuff that I listen to work with, just Mega Man music and whatnot, without even playing the game. I just recognize how good it was. So it's impressive that they did that, but it's also impressive graphically, like what they did, you know. When you go and look at like some of the best NES-looking games, quote-unquote, you know, for as good as they could look, I guess you could say something like Ninja Gaiden will be up there. I guess you could say something like Super Mario Brothers 3 might be up there. I don't know, Batman. You know, Batman kind of had some pretty impressive graphics at the time. But I gotta throw in all the Mega Mans. I mean, look at this palette color right here on this Snake stage right here. First off, Snake Man is kind of crazy just to even have a guy. And this stage was crazy. I mean, look at the detail on the snake-like graphics over here. The snake eggs, the big cat we saw at the beginning here of this remix. I mean, there's so much going on. Oh! I'm not trying to have like a Mega Man orgasm, but honestly, sometimes I do. My dude Proto Man, though. That's what's up, yo. It's really impressive what they managed to jam into these carts, and it's pretty impressive just how much more they managed to jam in. When you go and look at Mega Man 1 to Mega Man 3 and the leaps and bounds better it is in just a couple span of years that they came out, damn. Damn, that's all I can say, man. And, you know, I'm running through the collection right now, B4 and 5. I'm going to start 6 at the time that, you know, I'm kind of making this video, which I think only comes out like a week or two before I actually post it up over there. My overall rating, though, for this game, man, is pretty easy. It's a 10 out of 10. There's not even, like, a second of doubt in me of what this game would be rated. I give it the same rating I gave Mega Man 2. 10 out of 10. They both go next to each other. And like I said, I think 3 is the better game, officially. I think 2 is probably my favorite. If I were to go back and run through these, I would go 2 and 3 all the time. It wouldn't even be a doubt in my mind as to how I run this. And these spiny guys are such a bitch. God, some of these enemies in this game are crazy over here. Check this dude over here just throwing tops at the hill here. Top man stage. How about that, man? Oh, my goodness gracious. If you haven't done yourself the opportunity to get some Mega Man, make sure you play it. Check out the rest of the channel. We outie.